Okay, we've established our background and outlined our leaves and our flowers. Now it's time to start giving them some shape. We need to lower the leaf that is below the other leaf so it gives the impression of one laying over top the other. Meanwhile, leave this part still bubbling up, as you'll see we'll do when we create this leaf to look like it's underneath the flower. Gently push a shallow stalk cut in right where the petal lays over the leaf. Don't go too deep and don't go beyond that if you can help it. And come and do the other side of the petal, just to that point of the petal. Now bring your knife flat, just like you were doing to do the background, and bring it up gently and carefully to those stalk cuts. First one direction, and then in the other direction. Take some of the other top end of the leaf away to give a gradual slope. You have to really have good knife control at this point, or you might take that right off. If that happens to you, just dig a little deeper and start again. It's important to remember where the tip of the knife is when it's in the wood. There. We may still take that down a little bit deeper, but now you get the impression of a petal over top of the leaf and the leaf over top of the next leaf. It's important to determine who's on top. In this case, you can see that this flower, which is over top of the leaves down here, needs to be the top one going over top of this flower. So this will be a high point. This one will sit below like this leaf, and this will sit below that like this leaf. So I've used a black photo marking pencil. You can use a Sharpie or whatever you like, just to remind me of who's on top. You don't want to cut the tip of your petal away if it needs to be laying over top of the leaf. Carve around the higher petals of the flower, but don't push all the way down to the background. Cut your lower petals out and cut away the bits that are part of the background. So here we do push all the way down to the background to this level, but don't push beyond that or you'll end up with cut marks in there. And we're going to want to separate these two. So I'm going to dig a little triangle in like that. Here you're doing somewhat of a chip carving move. One cut there, one cut there, one cut there, like a triangle. And that will separate these two while they still appear to be almost touching. Remember that it's all about the angle of your blade. For instance, for my stop cut along the edge between the two leaves, I need to keep the blade at a 90-degree angle to the base. And I don't want to push in all the way to the bottom, maybe not even half. Then, when it's time to lower this leaf to make it appear that this one is over top, you want to keep your knife very flat and push it towards the stop cut. Looks like we need one more stop cut right there. By keeping the blade flat, we maintain a lot of the height of the leaf and maintain a nice clean surface. Kind of like I did on this one. This leaf is a bit higher in the middle and then it slopes off to the side, and then it lays over top of this leaf, which I also kind of rounded, sloped the edges a bit. Like that, so that it feels nice to the finger. Grab your favorite V tool. I like mine as a pull instead of a push. Bring that down through the leaf and then make short. So here we have all our lowered background petals, and all you do is just, instead of being flat, lift it just a little bit, like maybe you've got a dime underneath the back end, and you just cut to your stop cut against the bigger petal, and then do it on the other side on the other angle. And now you get a little ledge right down the middle. Oops. This one's a little bit messy at the moment. It needs another slice along there. And then to take out those loose bits. More bit right in there. There, now we've got our edge. Here, I'm going to go just towards there, like that. See, that gives an angle, a plane that is different than this side, and that provides more depth and shadow. Our next step is to take our wide flat gouge and move towards the center all the way around in a gentle circle. Don't push too hard and fast, or you'll pop your button off and you won't be able to make your center. To cut in the center of the flower, use a gouge, or if you don't have a gouge, use your straight knife and just cut in a rough circle. Then when it's time to round it over a little bit, you can use the gouge in a downward swoop like this, holding it upside down. Like that. If you don't have a gouge, you can use your straight knife to get a very similar effect, guiding it around the edge of your center bit and tilting the knife on a little bit of an angle towards the petals. And you get a very similar effect. To put in the texturing in the center, I have a leather working tool that I start right in the center with, and then I just tap it lightly with my mallet. And I get the mark. You can use the tip of a screw or any other patterned metal piece. Just start in the middle and go all the way around until you have a bunch of sunflower seeds. I like to take a stiff brush and just give it a light go over. Don't get too rambunctious or you will pull chunks off. We know how the bark is, right? Get a little brush. It'll help clean up some of the fuzzies. And now we're ready to paint.